Chapter 4 The Orpheian Temple. An hour later, they arrived to a mountain that seemed to have very large windows embedded in the rock. Some of the windows had balconies, and there were stairs surrounding the mountain from the outside. On the side of the mountain, there was a huge man-built area, clearly serving as a heliport and entertaining area. A wide column that extended all the way to the mainland supported that area, and it seemed to be suspended high in the air. It looked stable and safe, though. Adrian was admiring the structure and feeling impressed by the architecture of the place. He was really impressed by the number of amazing structures he witnessed on the last few days in the area. These people are artists, he thought. A beautiful entrance opened in front of them, and there were cypress trees all the way inside, finishing on a big wooden door at the end. A majestic fountain with a harp figure made of stone was at the front of the entrance. Zeke parked outside and opened the door for Adrian and Claire. They could hear sounds of a musical rehearsal and several helicopters flying around waiting their turn to land and drop people off. It seemed to be busy. There were security cameras everywhere and security guards inside of sentry boxes made of bulletproof glass. The amount of security in the place was enormous, even though they were in the middle of nowhere and the area seemed safe. It was the kind of security for places at risk of an attack, and it was very unusual for Sikkim. There are guards and cameras everywhere, Adrian commented to Zeke, looking intrigued. Mr. Adam takes security very seriously. He usually receives very important guests, Zeke said. I suppose that is a good reason for this kind of security, Adrian said, not very convinced about Zeke's explanation. Zeke greeted the guards and went inside the main entrance. They entered through the main door, and what they witnessed was beyond belief. The entrance showed a massive maze that was built inside a huge cave inside of the mountain. At the end of the maze, a white and silver building was clearly seen, with stairs leading to another entrances. There was a long, spiraling stair surrounding the main building, and lights were seen inside windows in both towers that appeared to be inhabited rooms. Both sides of the maze led to long corridors on the sides of the cave. Claire and Adrian were speechless, admiring the place and every detail of it. This is the most impressive structure I have ever seen in my life, Claire said. This is like seeing Santorini inside of this mountain, with a labyrinth bigger than a shopping mall, she added. Yes, it is certainly an impressive place and interesting to explore. Wait until you see more, Claire. I can assure you it is better than Santorini. A very tall, bald man sat behind her. He was wearing a white jacket with jeans. He looked neat and clean. Hello, she said, impressed by the presence of the man behind. Hello and welcome, Adrian and Claire. My name is Adam Cavendish. I am glad you came to my temple to witness the dance and the final ritual, he said. I hope the road wasn't too uncomfortable for you. I asked Zeke to bring you by helicopter, but he mentioned you were visiting the new Pemajangsi monastery first. Did you enjoy it? He asked, seemingly excited. Yes, we did. It is a very nice monastery with breathtaking views. Although I am sure you have nothing to envy with the views you have here. This is quite a place you have, Adrian said, extending his hand to reach Adam's. He noticed a symbol tattoo on his right hand with a circle and two perpendicular lines crossing each other. Claire was looking at Adam, and she remembered Zeke mentioning he has been running the temple even before he was born. How could he look so young then? The man she was seeing couldn't be older than 30 years old. He seemed athletic and fit. Zeke was already on his 30s, so Claire's calculations were not matching her expectations. Adam looked at her as if he knew what she was thinking. The Bemajangsi, it is indeed a nice place. This Orpheian temple was the first Bemajangsi temple, but it is not open to the general public, and we built the new one you just visited, Adam said. I would love to show you around the place. Then we can have tea and you can ask me all you would like to know. I am sure you have lots of questions. Adam added, looking directly at Claire that was staring at him, analyzing his real age, and asking herself if what she was hearing and going through was even real. Thank you. That would be lovely. However, we do not wish to take much of your time. We see you are very busy here today, Adrian said. Oh, don't worry. My wife and the helpers are taking care of the guests. I wish to spend some time with you now, Adam said. Adam and Claire felt grateful for the time they were getting from the host. Mr. Adam took them upstairs to a big living room with a very nice view of the mountains. There was a big telescope placed in the middle of the room. The seating furniture was located on one side facing the windows. At the center of the furniture, two big chairs, one black and one white, were placed together with the seating furniture on both sides. Claire felt those chairs belonged to very special people because there was a difference between the seating furniture and the chairs. On the other side of the room, they could appreciate the maze from the top. It was remarkable that the maze was built forming a symbol resembling a circle with two perpendicular lines intersecting. It was the same figure Adam had on his hand. The maze represents the symbol of Gaia, that is a circle with two perpendicular lines intersecting, marking our four directions as guidance: north, south, west, and east. To us, there are only four possible exits in existence, meeting all at the center to find the balance. It was built as a reminder of the Gaian principles, Adam said while admiring the maze showing a black circle in the middle. I am sure that took many years to be built. It seems well elaborated, Adrian said. Yes, it took a few years. We wanted it to be special and unique, the same as our purpose in life, Adam said. Of course, Adrian said, smiling. Claire was still not talking much. Allow me to show you the library. You will like our collection of ancient books, Adam said while walking through a corridor leading to a big library. The library had enormous shelves extending all the way to the ceiling, and stairs everywhere. Some of the shelves were closed with a glass to preserve the books. There were several desks located around the library, and the sunlight was perfect to read without any artificial light during the day. This is a marvelous collection you have here, Claire said, clearly amazed and already holding some books on her arms. We have books that have been written everywhere around the world. We have books from Leonardo da Vinci, Sir Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Mr. Galileo, Aristotle, Descartes, Leibniz, you name it, Adam said. Those over there are the collection of the Qumran caves. Everything ever written by our beloved friend Enoch. Also a collection of symbols of the Knights Templar and very interesting fragments of drawings made by Michelangelo and Raphael. You might be interested to see, he added, talking to Claire. Oh my God, you have a priceless history here. How did you get all of this? Claire asked, amazed by the amount of valuable items she was witnessing and able to touch if she wanted to. We acquired all of these pieces throughout time. We have lent some of them a few times to museums, and they have made copies for permanent display. We keep the originals here, even the ones people believe the Vatican have kept throughout history. Everything is here, Adam said. I am speechless, Claire said. You have a fortune here, she added. Now I understand the level of security around the area, Adrian said. Actually, this is not the only reason, Mr. Adams said. I will explain. Please do sit and we can have some tea, he added. Claire was so impressed, looking through the shelves, that she seemed like a child on a candy shop. She was citing and holding books on her hands she never thought she could ever hold. It was a feeling of having the chance to really admire the work of these artists who contributed so much to the world. Adam served tea and reached for milk to pour to Adrian and Claire. He knew British liked their tea with milk. His preference was black. What I am about to explain might sound a bit overwhelming because it is the first time you will be aware of some of the reality of this world and universe. We usually let humans live their lives, even if they remain oblivious until the end. But in this opportunity, you are required to know more. You are about to play an important role in the protection of Earth, Adam said slowly. Adrian, who was drinking his tea, stopped suddenly. Same Claire. What do you mean? Adrian asked, intrigued. Let me explain, Adam said. Claire, you have heard the female voice calling you from the mountains since the moment you arrived, he added. Claire was speechless. How did he know that? She thought. She was about to say something when he added, It is not a question. You have heard the voices calling for you for the last few days. That is because you have been chosen to be the carrier of a baby girl that is about to incarnate on Earth, a very important being. You might be mistaken because my wife hasn't heard any voices, Adrian said, looking at his wife, that was looking back at him as if he was wrong about the statement. So he paused and said, looking at her, Honey, have you been hearing voices? Why did you not mention it? I thought I was crazy. After all we had been through, it wasn't a good sign to be hearing voices as well. I thought it was me going nuts, Claire said. Honey, please, it is not your fault. I will never think you have gone crazy, Adrian said, going towards her. It was too clear. She has been calling me, but her voice is so sweet and calm. It brings me peace and comfort, Claire said. That is because she is your future daughter. She has chosen you to bring her and to guide her on earth. And that is a big task, Adam said. My wife has been diagnosed with a disease that does not allow her to conceive. We have been told not to keep trying because she might die next time, Adrian said. I am aware of that, and I can assure you she will be perfectly healthy, Adam said. What do you mean it will be a big task? Claire asked. Your time here and now is not pure coincidence. You and her have arranged it long ago, but you don't remember it yet. Someday you will, though. There are important things for you to know. You have been chosen by the soul of a princess named Makala, daughter of Hades, king of the underworld. She escaped Gaia to come to Earth and try to be with her beloved Zagreus, who also escaped with her. Gaia is the name of our universe, which is a bit like the cosmic universe where we are now. But Gaia is filled with gods. Zagreus and Makala have been forbidden to be together by King Hades and King Zeus, and decided to escape to avoid it. He continued, They have been living on this cosmic universe with permission of the administrators, and have to incarnate in order to come to Earth and find each other on every lifetime. That is the only way they can be together. They chose this universe because it is very similar to Gaia, but it has strict rules with incarnation and vibration of the souls, Adam said. You mean there are more universes in addition to this one? Adrian asked. Has that been scientifically proven? He added. Of course, but most of the population on Earth doesn't know it yet. That has been one of the best kept secrets of this planet's governments, Adam said sadly. Do they know all of this? Adrian asked, amazed. Oh, yes. Humans have always been a species of non-stop explorers, used to the discovery of the deep mysteries of the system of universes. They have gone to places far away and made agreements with advanced and some not too advanced species. They know how to find right, long-lasting alliances, Adam said. That is a lot for me, Claire said, touching her head, showing she was clearly overwhelmed. That is why I said this information can be complex to digest at the beginning. But we have no time to waste, and I need you to know what is about to happen, said Adam. About to happen? Claire asked, intrigued. There was a glitch in the cosmic universe. Something happened that caused a paradox with time and space. That has also affected the dimensional spaces we have always used to travel and to communicate with the rest of the system, said Adam. I have come to the conclusion that the administrators of this cosmic universe have something to do with this. But I do not have proof yet, he added. Tell me more about those administrators, said Adrian. They are in charge of the order of this cosmic universe. Beings capable of travel across dimensions and time. They are a direct connection with the founder of the system of universes, which is the everything where we live right now in this cycle of time, Adam said. It is hard to explain, especially to beings that still question the existence of life outside their own planet, he added, smiling. We have never heard a story like this, said Adrian. You must understand how bizarre everything sounds right now, he added. I do understand perfectly well, but right now we have no time to waste. I need you to listen carefully and to understand how things work and will work in your life from now on, Adam said. We just came to relax and to disconnect ourselves from the world, said Adrian, looking to Claire. It is not a coincidence that you are here, said Adam. You came here because you're meant to be here in this time and space. It was destined to be. In the system of universes, everything works perfectly well. And when a paradox happens, we know there is someone behind it. Paradoxes are not spontaneous events, he added. And why do you think there is a paradox? Adrian asked. Let me explain. Adam answered and continued. Since Kronos was exiled from his throne after the war, he swore about his return. His sons Hades and Zeus are powerful gods with a dark soul filled with greed. They can hate anyone coming their way and against their plans. Their evil doesn't know limits, said Adam with a dark tone. Kronos was a good king, with great alliances with every being of the system, especially the founder. He gave Kronos the gift of managing interdimensional space and time, something not many beings can do. He continued. Hades and Zeus were both tired to follow their father's rules, also the founders. They decided to plan a rebellion and went to a war known as the War of the Titans. Many lives were lost, and once Kronos was gone, then Zeus and Hades took total control and access to powers that can even affect the system. He continued while standing to walk to the window. They have both caused so much damage, and we have been powerless. We are gods living in exile, without resources or powers to do anything against them. Even their own children suffer today because of them, he added. Macala and Sagros, said Claire, and Adam turned his body to face her. They have been reincarnating in this universe for thousands of cycles, suffering the difficulties to come here seconds apart and costing them huge age gaps because of the relativity of time. They have been studying the universal laws for a long time, and those laws have never been in their favor, said Adam, sounding hopeless. They gave so much for Gaia, fought for our rights, and now are trying to survive without the right to be together again. Everything because of a prophecy, he added. What is the prophecy? Asked Adrian, seeming curious. Before leaving, Kronos told Hades and Zeus that the son of the union of the light and the dark will be the rightful heir that will take the throne from them, Adam said. Zagreus is the son of Zeus, the god of the light, and Macala the daughter of Hades, the god of the dark. And that is why that decree affected them so much, he added. He condemned them with that, Claire said, because Hades and Zeus will never allow that union, she added. That's correct, Adam said. That is why they are still hiding and reincarnating over and over, but you have no idea of how hard all of this has been. To coordinate things for them, both to come almost at the same time, it has been a challenge. And they have even come together, but in different planets. He added, sitting in the chair looking tired. Sometimes he's very old when she's coming, or vice versa, he added. Do you arrange their reincarnations? Asked Claire. No, but I help with the process thanks to my contacts, Adam said. Thanks to the monks and their connections with deeper dimensions, we are able to get the information of when and where they will reincarnate. But the final word is with the administrators, and they do not collaborate at all, he added. That is why you believe they work with Hades and Zeus? Adrian asked. I am almost sure of it, Adam said. But I still not understand why they haven't betrayed them yet. They have the power to get them out of here in a second and send them back to Gaia, but they haven't done it, and I don't understand why, he added. Maybe they are waiting for the right time? Claire asked. I have made myself that same question for centuries. I wonder when they will do it, Adam said. In the meantime, our labor here is to help Macala and Zagreus to come and leave their cycle as best as they can, he added. I can see if you have been loyal to them, Adrian said. They saved both my life and Eurydice's when I went to the underworld to rescue her from Hades. If it weren't for them, we would have been both dead. I owe them everything, Adam said. In fact, everything you see here belongs to them. They have amassed fortunes in order to come and find each other, but this has been extremely exhausting. Each cycle gets more complex, he continued, especially this cycle, when you are now needed to know all of this. This is the first time we have to make direct contact with their future parents, he added. There must be a reason for that, Adrian said. The legend that Zeke just told us is true then, and you are the real Orpheus, he added. Orpheus, son of Apollo, Adam said. But you can call me Adam, he added, smiling. And do you reincarnate too? Claire asked. No, gods that keep their powers are immortal. Macala and Zagreus needed a cover, and they decided to enter the reincarnation cycle. Adam answered, I do have my powers, but I can't use them because trackers could find us, he added. Trackers? Adrian asked. Monstrous evil creatures, shapeshifters, and masters of the mind. They work for Zeus and Hades, part of the secrets of the underworld. They travel untracked through space. Once they smell the use of god power outside Gaia, they start the hunt and destroy everything on their way. That's how they have found Gaian deserters and killed them, Adam said. Makala and Zagreus renounced to the use of their god powers with the administrators in order to reincarnate in this universe, he added. But why renounce your powers to reincarnate instead of just staying here like you, without using powers and avoiding all of the reincarnation mess? Claire asked. That was the administrator's condition, to offer asylum and protection, Adam said. It looks like the administrators have a lot to gain here, Adrian said. My thought exactly, Adam said. Can't they just break the deal and get their powers back? Claire asked. They will be taken to Gaia immediately as soon as the trackers find them. And that will be quick, Adam answered. When they escaped, they had no time to waste. They took anything they were offered. He continued. We haven't found anything else since, he added. There was silence for a moment. Nobody was talking. It was as if they were all thinking on the conversation. Then Claire said, what this all means is that our role here is to help them be together. We need to understand the why and where to know the how and when. Well said, Claire, Adam said. How dangerous will all this be? Adrian asked, clearly worried for his wife. I can't tell you there won't be risks involved. To bring a being such as Makala to this world, it has its complications. But I can assure you nothing will happen to Claire during her pregnancy, Adam answered. I know that concerns you, he added. We have had difficult years, and medically, we have got so many diagnoses, and not favorable ones. I worry about her health, Adrian said. That won't be a problem, Adam said. I'm sure Makala chose two pure and honest beings to come. You two will be great parents, he added. And what about Zagreus? Claire asked. I am on it, but haven't got his exact location of birth yet, Adam answered, sounding worried. But is he coming? Claire insisted. He has to, Adam replied. A lot depends on it, he added. It all sounds so complicated, Adrian commented. There is something else you need to know, Adam said. It is maybe the most important thing of all. Makala won't be able to remember anything once she is born. That is one of the many tricks of these universal rules. Beings lose their past memories and experiences once they reincarnate, unless they decide to remember someday, but that usually takes years. He continued. She won't know anything about this until it is the right time for me to talk to her, or she goes through her own awakening somehow. Until then, she will be able to live a conventional life, he added. That will make things easier for us, but more complex for you, Adrian said. That was a gift from Hestia, Kronos' favorite daughter. One day she offered a gift to the beings of the cosmic universe in exchange for their knowledge and beauty during the nights of deep sleep. The memories and experiences are kept on a place she created, called the Akashic Field, Adam said. She is an enchanting and beautiful woman, well known for her dangerous ideas. He added, Then our memories and experiences from past lives are stored in that Akashic Field? Can we even remember they are there? Claire asked. It is possible to access to them through deep meditation or intense dreams, but it is necessary to have the knowledge to know what to look for and how to find it. It is a huge cloud, Adam said. How many children Kronos has? Adrian asked. Demeter, Hestia, Hera, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon, Adam answered. So we now need to hide from real Greek mythological gods that happen to be the most powerful in history, Adam said, sounding worried. I will be protecting and watching over you, Adam said, placing his hand over Adrian's shoulder. Everything will be fine, He continued looking at him. Now we just need to be alert about the message we will be receiving during the ritual, because that is the only direct communication doorway we will have with Makala and Sagros, he added. And all the people here know about this? Adrian asked, surprised. They know a lot more than this, Adam answered. But one thing at a time. In time you will know much more too, he added. In that moment, a petite woman came inside the library. She was smiling and dressed with a white suit. Her hair was long and black. She said, "Oh, I see you have already gotten information from Adam. I hope he wasn't too sloppy with the explanations that can be overwhelming at the beginning." She came closer to Claire. "Would you like something to eat before the ritual? My food can be delicious," she added. "It is," Adam said. "My name is Eurydice," said the woman. "Eurydice," Claire said, surprised, and standing from the chair. "It is my pleasure to know you, Claire. From all the moms Makala has chosen, you are the prettiest one," Eurydice said. "We don't usually hear comments like this," Adrian commented on a funny tone. Claire came towards her and said, "It is a pleasure to know you. You seem so young and yet are centuries old," a smile on her face. "I have had 25 for centuries, and believe me, it is exhausting," Eurydice said, smiling. They all went up to a private small dining room to have dinner. Once they came inside, the table was already set. Eurydice knew they were hungry. The food was indeed delicious. Eurydice was a great cook. The view was beautiful and relaxing, and Claire couldn't stop thinking about everything she just learned, especially the fact that she was going to be a mom. "Nervous?" Eurydice asked. "You will look wonderful as a mom," she added. "Just yesterday I convinced myself that I will never be a mother, that I needed to stop trying and let that go from my life," Claire said. "Now today I get this information, and I am feeling happy and excited. It is inexplicable," she added. "Yes, I can imagine. You have received lots of information today, and that can be overwhelming," Eurydice said. "To bring the princess of the blessed death is a blessing to you," she added. Claire was quite trying to understand what Eurydice just said. "I can see Adam didn't tell you," Eurydice said, looking Adam over her shoulder. He was showing Adrian a collection of swords. "Makala is the princess of the blessed death in Gaia. Her powers are amazing. Her father Hades raised her after her mom left. He decided to give her that title because Makala was able to connect with beings crossing over to the underworld. She could calm them down and talk to them for a long time until they could understand what was happening." She continued, "Prince Zagreus is the commander of the Light Forces, a powerful army created by Zeus. At the beginning, he was the commander of the Dark Forces, before he knew he wasn't Hades' son, but Zeus's. A crazy story," she added. "Then Zagreus and Makala were brother and sister when they fell in love?" Claire asked. "Yes and no," Eurydice answered. "I usually forget I am on Earth. At the beginning, they believed to be brother and sister, both Hades' children. But Persephone confessed to Hades that Zagreus' real father was Zeus," she continued. "In Gaia, it's normal for families to mix together to keep their pure lineage. I know here on Earth things can be different for some people. And as for Persephone's, don't worry, she always gets away with everything with Hades," she added. "Then both Makala and Zagreus are warriors," Claire said thoughtfully. "The best of Gaia," Eurydice said. "We owe them everything," she added. "Adam told us the same," Claire said. "The level of loyalty and gratefulness we both have for them is endless." Eurydice said. Adam mentioned that Zagreus and Macalla were marked by a prophecy with an heir. Claire said, Have they tried to conceive here? She asked. It hasn't been possible. Eurydice answered, looking sad. Did not Adam tell you? She continued. On each cycle of reincarnation they live, once they find each other and remember who they are, which I tell you can take years, condemns them to die as soon as they remember, she added. That's terrible, Claire said, turning her head to look for Adam. I can't have a daughter to lose her once she finds Zagreus and might be condemned to die, she added, sounding mortified. Claire, please let me explain, Adam said, coming towards her. This cycle will be different. According to the communications we have got, something will happen. I don't know exactly what, but I know that won't happen again, he added. Adrian came towards Claire to give her a hug, so she could feel better. He knew she was already worried and anxious about the future. The ritual is about to start, Adam said, after glancing at the door and seeing one of the guards coming to tell him. Claire, will you be all right? Adam asked. Yes, I will, Claire answered.